Hey friends, welcome back to Guitar Quackery Live. So, Guitar Quackery Live is this channel, the one and only live streaming guitar repair channel. So what are we doing today? We're continuing the reconstruction work on an old, not very old, but just old, Martin HD-28, which is in that gig bag over there. And I had it on the workbench yesterday. I started to, let me show you the guitar. Well, the guitar. I removed the neck for a neck reset. So all we need now is the neck. Here it is. The rest of the guitar is there. So here's the neck. Let's just zip this up, just in case. All right. Yeah, man. So I removed this neck a while back. You weren't supposed to see this yet. And yesterday I was installing the frets. Now it turns out that when I was checking the radius, just to make sure that it's 14-inch, I kind of started noticing that it was a little bit over radiused here. And then it occurred to me, this is a phenomenon called cupping, all right? So this is a very thin piece of wood. It's now no longer glued onto any kind of surface. So it can bend, actually. And this kind of cupping occurs very often when you remove the neck, when you do a neck reset. I'll show you. So if I place a straight edge here, you can see that I can insert a feeler gauge in the middle, right? But not on the two sides. So this is basically curved a little bit like this, which makes this surface a little bit over radius at this time. Now this is all fixable. Yesterday during the live stream I was looking through this book to see if I can find a good solution for this. I mean, I know what the solution is. It's just I just wanted to see if he's got some ideas that I didn't think of. So here it looked like the fingerboard extension was clamped, and in fact it is clamped in this picture, but it's for a different purpose. So he made this whatever backing clamping call, and this is clamping to attach a wedge like this. All right. So sometimes when you do a neck reset, you change the neck angle. You need to make a wedge and then glue it to the bottom of the fingerboard extension so that you don't have a gap between the fingerboard extension and the soundboard. But then I did find finally afterwards, I couldn't find it during the live stream, but here he's talking about this. So so here he's clamping the fingerboard extension. He says post steam. Yeah, fiber means they can slice the solid to prevent cupping, right? Okay. So usually when you remove the neck, so you unglue the fingerboard extension, the cupping is actually going to be in the other direction. So if we look at this now, it would go this way. So it would make the fretboard a little more flat. Okay, here we have the opposite. So this is no longer the cupping caused by you know, the heat from the heating blanket used for, you know, a removal to soften the glue. This cupping is just something that occurred over time because I let this sit for, well, a while, for longer than I care to admit, to be honest with you. So how am I going to fix this? It's going to be a simple clamping procedure. Like I said, you weren't supposed to see this, but you did see it. So I'm going to remove this truss rod nut first. And I'm also going to remove this this thing, okay? All right? And I made this thing. Okay, so this fits here. And we're simply going to clamp it. But this will have the tendency to flex back. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to shim this on both sides so that when I clamp it in the middle, there's a little space here that remains. Well, there is space now because this is curved, right? But even more space so that when I clamp it, we flex it into the opposite direction. And then when it flexes back, when we unclamp it after a couple of days, hopefully it stays straight, right? If that makes sense. So first I need to prep the backing surface of this little clamping hole. It's a simple procedure, self-explanatory. All right, I just need some tape, basically. That's it. That's all I need. Okay. So I'm going to put maybe 2 layers on each side. About this much, I think, is good. Let me see. Yeah, about this much. So like I said, 2 layers. I'll just use my best judgment. Maybe 2 layers, maybe 3. I guess maybe 3 layers. How about that? It's a judgment call. I mean, I don't really know. Okay. And now, I do have a cutting board right here. And then I'll use this half for the other side, obviously. Also about here. Okay, so now if I place a straight edge here, you can see that I have a little gap, right? That's what we want. Now, what I will also do is I am going to use some water. So this is going to be a jig. Okay, there. Okay, so this is now prepped. And I have water here. And also I have a clamp here. I think a single clamp should be enough. Let me see. Yeah, I think just one clamp. Or maybe two clamps, we'll see. So if we make it wet, if we make this surface wet, so this is just water here. So if we make this side wet, it'll expand the wood grain, and it'll help bend it in that direction, right? Because this will become slightly larger. I was already wetting it yesterday, and I thought that maybe it would just do the trick. Sometimes that might be enough, but it wasn't enough in this case, which is why we need to clamp it. Or maybe I just didn't put enough water yesterday. I don't know. Okay, just like that. So now it's already expanding, and yeah, I just let it air dry a little bit, just for a minute. So I think there's still a layer of glue residue on the surface. I guess I should have scraped it, but I didn't. So now it is what it is. Okay, I just want the water to get absorbed. It might already be bending it. Let's see. I'm not sure. I didn't really take a measurement before I wet it. So this is a 2/1000 of an inch feeler gauge. So the same one fits. I'm trying to decide if it seems to feel tighter now. And to be honest, I don't know. Okay, so it's still absorbing the water. I guess to speed up the process, if I had a heating blanket this size, I would use one, but the heating blanket that I have is a different size, so we'll just, try to do it cold. Let's see if it works. I'll leave it clamped for a few days. Or maybe a week, I don't know. The guitar's been sitting here for a while, so it can wait a little bit longer. Okay, so this is now almost, I wouldn't call it dry, but I don't see a puddle anymore. And yeah, I'll just clamp it like this. So now let me check. I had no more space, right? I guess maybe I should move it inwards like this. More clamps. Nothing but clamps. And the other one just goes here. These clamps can produce, I think, 600 pounds of pressure. A lot more than the popular quick release clamps. Let me see. I'm trying to decide where is the best spot for the clamp. All right. And that's it. Okay, just double check here. Okay, so now the bottom of the fingerboard extension is actually, like I said before, it's bent. It's not straight now because of these two strips of masking tape. You know, they are shimming the two sides. It's actually bent inwards like that. So, but once we release it, a little bit of flex will bring it back to a straight surface, I guess, I hope. We'll see. So that's it for the day. I mean, I think I'll be streaming more of Dr. Aficionados here. Does the radius, so Aficionados is asking, does the radius of a fretboard change as you go further up the neck towards the sound hole? Well, if it's a compound radius, then it would change. But on this one, it isn't a compound radius. And in fact, I resurfaced this fingerboard myself using this 14-inch sanding beam. So this was done a while back. I don't know how many weeks ago. I believe you're watching, what is this, part 11, yeah, part 11 on this playlist. So it's one of the earlier archived live streams. So you can see me do this work. So that's all I need to do for now. And next time we see this, we are going to unclamp it and check. In fact, sorry. I guess I could cheat a little bit. I can keep unclamping it and checking, and then do a live stream once I know that it's good, right? All right. See, today I decided to do a live stream earlier in the day just to see if I get a bigger audience. So just 2 people watching, and I didn't send a link to the owner of this guitar. Yeah, he's not like included on the live streaming list because when he dropped off the guitar, I wasn't discussing the live streaming deal with him, you know, at that time. So he'll get his guitar back, but he's not really watching the live streams unless he discovered them by chance. Okay, that's that. So hope this was worth your time, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.